Okay, so almost 10 years ago, I did a very rough explanation video of the single drum theory, what it was at that point. I figured I should probably do a new version and update all of it, including my video skills, which are only a little bit better. So join me as we dive into the single drum theory. So there's lots of key components to the single drum theory. The overall idea is that you're trying to create a rhythm and feel for acoustic music that's not overpowering the other instruments. Banjo, acoustic guitar, electric guitar sometimes, even fiddle. All of these things share the same frequencies as a drum kit would. Highs would be in the cymbals, lows would be in the kick drum. So I'm trying to basically get out of the way of all that, but still giving a forward momentum feel and a push and an energy. After all, that's what the drums are there for, is to provide energy and push to the song.
Get up, and nothing gets me down. You got it done. I seem the toughest around.
All right, so the sweep, technique borrowed from jazz, usually done with wire brushes, but in this case we use nylon brushes for the single drum theory to give more depth and texture to the sound. You're counting to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The biggest part is you want that snap on the 1. Reason for that is to give it more clarity and a push to it. Another thing that I like to do is also incorporate a tap on top. Just to give it a little bit more difference and speeding up the sweep as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And keeping that snap, which gives it that push and that momentum, and also a clear spot as to where the 1 is, because it's very important in this.
Now I often wonder, my tombstone would say, would it mention any of my good or just the evil in my day?
The groove. You are the backbone, the feel, and the energy. All you have to think about is AC/DC. Kick drum, snare drum, kick drum, snare drum, kick drum, snare drum, kick drum, snare drum, opposing each other. So the bass would be the kick drum, and then the snap of the snare would be obviously the snare. That in itself is the total encapsulation of what the single drum theory is about, creating the feel of a full drum kit with just a snare drum. So utilizing the entire drum with all the sounds to pull out nuance, kind of give it a different feel without it overpowering the rest of the band. The groove is basically, this is your hi-hat, this is your snare, okay? So always trying to keep it moving forward with a little bit of nuances and differences in the feel and the dynamics to create tension and release of tension. Now, when it comes to the train, I do the train quite a bit different than a lot of people. I lead with my right hand usually, A lot of people lead with their left. On full kit, I think people tend to lead with their left. You can create variants with accents and dynamics. But this whole thing is in a left-handed perspective. Traditionally right grip on a drum kit, but for some reason I've been gravitating towards left-handed approach to the theory, and it's been working for me. There's been a few people that have noticed. Honestly, not enough people have noticed. Now, I am not left-handed. I'm only left-handed in this. I don't understand why. So the tap is basically just to keep the rest of the band in line and keep everybody on the same page. It's very straightforward. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. What I find really works well is using the meat of your hand on the drum, giving an added mute, no mute, mute. And then obviously using a different part of the snare. I use the edge for that. Again, just bringing down the volume and bringing down everything else, primarily to create kind of tension. And it is also just to keep everybody in line. Everybody's on the same page. It's easier that way. So that's the tap. The biggest takeaway I want you to get from this is serve the song. It's not about ego. It's not about how many notes you can play. It's not about anything other than serving the song. Have fun, but serve the song. All right, so that's the single drum theory. It's something that I put a lot of time into kind of developing in a live situation, playing hundreds of shows, using the theory and experimenting with different types of things. The biggest thing is have fun. That's what music's about, having fun. And explore things. Don't be afraid to branch out and think a little bit different. There's no rules. That's why I do this. Thanks for watching. I'm Jeff Towers.